What's up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly with Brand Man Brandon. Dude, I'm in front of everybody. I gotta say, I did not send Brandon the link on Monday, so Brandon wasn't able to jump. He was like, "Dude, I can't jump on." I'm like, he's telling me, but I'm sitting here doing all this stuff, not paying attention to my phone. So I had to say in front of everybody, I apologize. That was terrible, and it's my fault. And I blame Tank, 100%.
Oh, it's okay. And for a minute, I was thinking I was leaving you high and dry, so I apologize too.
No, I blame Tank 100%. It is his fault. Had me still doing stuff. I was like, look, if you here, you gotta run the show. That's just it.
That's
Had me
funny.
still doing stuff. I was like, what? Why am I still doing this stuff? This is crazy. What's up, 80s kids from the 90s? What's
80s
up?
kid, what's up?
Uh, but we had a fun show on Monday. We talked a lot about the things that came out with D23.
Hmm.
Okay. Now we didn't even start last week. We just waited, and Mama Bear was doing her stream, and then she's actually doing a stream right now too. So her being in here
Hmm.
is pretty awesome. We didn't start because we didn't have you, so we just waited.
Hmm.
Kept on waiting. uh, but yeah, no, we talked a lot about D23, which was it
Hmm.
was fun. A lot of trailer talk and talked about the parks. We talked about so okay, you're not live right now. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. At the moment.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there,
Uh,
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
There was a lot to unpack at D23, huh?
Oh my goodness, it's crazy. It was so much that we only got through about half. So there's things like
Hmm.
we never saw the Zootopia 2. We never saw Toy Story 5. I think it's Win and Lose. We never got to Agatha. We never talked about Tron.
Hmm.
So, and then Kraven dropped today, and the
Hmm.
Substance dropped. So we didn't get any of those things. Hey, what's
Hmm.
up, B? How you doing, man?
What's going on, dude?
I gotta say, Brandon Tank was very touched. You're checking on him, and see, he was very happy about that. So that was very cool of you.
For sure.
But yeah, we didn't get to talk about any of those things, and I thought that
Hmm.
we can kind of jump on some of that stuff. Not to mention all the news we've gotten, all the nerdy news that's been out here talking about. If you want to talk about Luke Cage, you want to talk about Spider-Man, and what's
Hmm.
going on with Sony and Marvel. If you want to
Hmm.
talk about Superman, how they're not going to have no more reshoots. If you want to talk
Hmm.
about Kraven overall, what they could have done, uh Bo DeMayo haven't been invited into the Emmys. So there's a lot of topics I kind of want to get going and talk about. But I think first I want to kind of continue our conversation what we were talking about off screen.
Okay.
So not going to even do a segment. We're just going to kind of talk and then to talk with Chad and everything. But why don't you give me a roundabout idea of what we were talking about?
Well, it is yet another Disney remake,
Hmm?
uh, live action Disney remake, obviously. That was announced at D23. One of the more started out obscure, kind of more original stories that ended up becoming very, very quite popular in the Disney fan base, animated. Um, there was a big reveal at D23. Any takers? Anyone?
You know what that is?
Bueller? Bueller?
It was definitely Lilo and Stitch.
It was.
Yeah, exactly. And 80 Skip for the Nice Guy. I'm so
Mhm.
excited for Lilo and Stitch. Yes.
You know, I I'm actually a little excited for it too, to be honest. Uh, in a very curious type of way. I was kind of weirded out and kind of taken by surprise when they announced that they were remaking it,
Mm-hmm.
because it's probably one of the animated Disney movies that I like more. But I kind of reading up on it after that reveal at D23. Reading up on it, I do like some of the cast. Uh, Zach Galifianakis is going to be Dr. Jimba, I believe, and Billy Magnuson is going to be Agent Fleekley. They did cast Pacific Islander actors to play Lilo and David. I believe the girl playing Nani, Lilo's older sister, is like half Filipino, I think.
Yep.
I like that. I liked the Stitch reveal because I was very curious as to how he would look. I think the whole D23 reveal and like the whole D23 like, did you watch not just the Stitch reveal but the entire kind of
the teaser
video, the teaser?
So we're going to actually do that soon. I'm actually just trying to pull it up as we're going through it. I have one of them up right now. Before we get started, I will say, what's up, Anzo?
Anzo, what's up?
And he said, talk about Sony being Sony again, and we're going to get into your other stuff. But everyone, I want to say good evening, Professor Film Fan. What's up?
Going on?
I appreciate you guys jumping in. You guys are like awesome. The whole reason we come up and do this stuff. Yeah. So Nani is half Filipino and grew up in Hawaii. Which is interesting because we talk about that. You can talk about Moana and how the islands are so the people are so spread apart, but they're very, all so similar. And people are always tripping.
Yeah. Apparently Tia Carrere is going to be in it as a new character. Yeah. Obviously, she voiced Nani in the original.
Let's see if I can pull this up. I want to make sure it's the right one because, there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
There. All right, I'm going to pull this thing up and let's go through this trailer real quick. And I want to hear what everyone is thinking about it. As far as what this trailer is and what they think about a live action view of it. So, see if I can get it ready. All right. I will get it started and then you can talk about it and bring it up and I'll just play.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spoiler Kings. I am Brandman Brandon here with my guy, Brian the Grizzly. And here we're about to talk about one of the big reveals at last week's D23 convention, the official teaser and reveal for the live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. There we go. Speak the devil.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Huh? La Crista! Oh?
Please remain in your seats. Everything is under control. Oh no, wait, don't get it. This looks like a room he should not be in. No, don't touch. Are we back? Language. Well, now's as good a time as any to announce that live-action Lilo and Stitch is coming to theater.
All right. I just want to. So me and Tank talking about this a little bit. And tell me, what do you hear? We'll play it one more time. What do you hear? Okay.
Huh? La Crista!
Did you not?
I hear his first line in the original movie.
Huh?
So that was a big controversy, and that's why Take didn't want to talk about it.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. So that was a big thing that was going around the internet. And once again,
Now I got it.
yeah,
I
but
didn't.
no one's
I didn't.
listening to everything that's being said.
Mhm.
La Crista!
Well,
You can't say he's not cute.
he's definitely cute. But yeah, if we are, I didn't even stop to think about that with what he first said. But then, if we are addressing that, you have to go back and watch the original movie because that was his very first line in the original movie too. When Agent or when Doctor Jumbo was standing trial, and they wanted to like appeal to Stitch's kinder side. He says the very first thing in the original one too.
He's saying it's all a whole line of stuff he's saying,
Mm.
and people are cutting it up and saying specifically this. And I'm like, all right, do you not understand that? These are different languages and stuff like that. But I don't want to take the spotlight off of everything, but you need to address. I need to address it, like, because it's being said.
Mhm.
So that was one thing I know people have been talking about, but Stitch himself looks good.
Yeah,
I
they kept.
It works.
Yeah, they kept the same exact design from the original. They just translated it over to 3D animation or CG.
I'm
Um,
going to say the same thing though. I don't think it's necessary. I don't feel like this was a necessary thing to be made.
I don't either. To be honest, if we're really being honest, none of the live action Disney remakes are. I think it might suffer from the same thing that the other ones have suffered from. The thing that really kneecaps the Disney live action remakes is a lot of these stories just aren't made for live action. You're taking a lot of the wonder out of these movies when you translate them over to live action. We've seen it multiple times, even with the ones that are a cut above the rest. I think the only one that didn't really feel too crippled by the limitations of live action was the Jungle Book remake.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went all in with that. Another one that I'm not sure if this counts, and I know I've mentioned this one multiple times since it's one of the few Disney remakes that I thoroughly liked. But I think one reason that the Pete's Dragon remake worked is because the original wasn't entirely animated. The only thing that was animated was the dragon, and it kind of did its own. It kind of did its own thing.
Also, yeah, exactly. It wasn't totally animated in itself, and it's not a big title of the movie. So you could do your own story and not have blowback from the animation. Because I think animation, the reason why you have a movie that's animated, right, is because it's hard to do in actuality. Something
Exactly.
takes imagination, takes the wonder, takes those type of things in order to really get it going. So when you take it out of TV land or whatever, imagination land or whatever you want to do, say it, and put it into live action, it loses something. So you get lost in translation, and then you really don't get to enjoy it as much. So
exactly. Like I said, the limitations of live action really just cripple these stories. But I don't think Disney cares because they know people are going to pay for it either way. I think that like one remake that I'm dreading is the remake of Hercules that they're saying they're going to do because it's just gonna. I feel like it's just going to feel so limited by the bounds of live action, and they're not going to go as far as they can with it, or as far as or not even as far as they can, but as far as the animated counterpart was able to go. There's only so much you can do. You see it all the time. They did it. It happened with the Mulan remake. That could have just been any generic war film if we're being honest. The Beauty and the Beast remake kind of suffered from a decent amount of that, even though that one I thought was okay. I'm sure the Dumbo remake.
Well, no, that
I'm
one was
sure.
bad. I didn't like that one at all.
No, that was just, I don't know what. Tim Burton was just kind of coasting at that point, and just kind of going through the motions, was very much in a comfort zone. Yeah, and I don't even know what made me think of it just now, because I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, and that's probably, as you said, the worst thing you could have is to be forgettable. So
Is be forgettable.
if you're not memorable, then that's it. I mean, then what's the point of you
Mhm.
being a movie?
Yeah, and like I said, for being forgettable is worse than being bad. But a lot. We'll see with Lilo and Stitch. You know what I feel like though? I don't even know how they're going to go all the way with the opening with them on that distant planet with Dr. Jimba standing trial and Stitch escaping. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if they cut that entire scene out, or it's only told like in little snippets.
I mean, that's the one thing I will say with the live action. They have changed from the animated ones every single time.
Mm-hmm.
They have not gone shot for shot, try to remake it.
Yeah,
trying to make it their own story.
Yeah, and in some cases it can work. I think there were a lot of elements of the Aladdin remake that worked.
Mm-hmm.
I think particularly Will Smith really worked in that. He kind of, there was only one Robin Williams, and Will Smith knew that, and he didn't even try to. He just did his own thing.
Yep.
I think that was one thing that really worked to his advantage. I think from a visual standpoint, it mostly worked, but one remake that I think of is The Lion King. I think doing the photorealistic, the photorealistic CGI, while it was impressive, was something that really hurt. Something that really hurt it.
I
you're
agree
watching
100% with you, but it also made $1.6 billion. So
yeah,
kind of takes my feet from under me. And Mufasa's probably will make somewhere between 1.2 and 1.5 billion dollars.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I don't really feel comfortable giving it my money. For as little as those animals in mode, I could just watch the Discovery Channel. But yeah, I think that's what we'll see with Lilo and Stitch. But one complaint that I do have is, what is up with the casting of Agent Cobra Bubbles? They had one job, and that was Ving Rhames.
Yeah, but Ving Rhames is getting old. But before we say that, I want to go in the chat because they've been talking about all these things as we've been going along. Mm-hmm. So yes, Nani is half Filipino and grew up in Hawaii. That's true. So Cobra Bubbles, did you ever kill anyone? Then he said, "We're getting off the subject." He said, "Theory is Moana, Lilo, and Nani's ancestor." I mean, Moana's going to be a lot of people. I mean, I think she's going to be the reason why the islands are even together. I think she's going to have a huge part in all of that, the history, as far as it goes.
I have an even better question. Is Lilo and Dom Toretto related as much as they talk about family?
Family. Yeah. He's so fluffy. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to more Elvis music. And then we say The Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast were good, but I agree, Brand Man. There's no need for you to do all this stuff. And he says, "Oh gosh, please don't do Hercules. We don't need another acolyte situation." And then my bear says, "Who puts the glad in Gladiator? Hercules." And then, but Mama Bear did say, "I'm not mad at the casting of Bubbles, but I would ideally like someone more buff.
Ving Rhames,
Ving Rhames, how old do you think Ving Rhames is?
like 64.
You think he can still be that guy?
Well, yeah, Courtney B. Vance is only what, a year younger than him, playing
Yeah.
Cobra Bubbles.
Yeah. That's a very good point. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bubbles just cool. I love Bubbles. So yeah, no, all right. That's kind of where everyone is with this thing. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why.
Mhm.
Why do you think that they didn't try to go after someone? Is Ving Rhames too big of a person, big of a name, or is he just not acting because he hasn't been acting in such a long time?
I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming maybe he was busy with Mission Impossible. Um, you know, and yeah, because Cobra Bubbles very much was Ving Rhames in animated form. And, they kind of implied that he was more on the middle-aged, older side anyway, because if you
Mm-hmm.
remember, they mentioned that he was involved in Roswell 30 years beforehand. So, yeah, I would have been totally fine, I was expecting them to cast Ving Rhames, and if not him, heck, like, I don't know, get Terry Crews or something.
Don't do Ted Cruz. Now let's leave it
Mm.
at that. That's what we're thinking about Moana. I mean Moana. Oh my goodness, I cut that out. This is what we're thinking about Lilo and Stitch. I don't know how it's going to work. I know summer 2025, when they haven't finished doing all this stuff yet, is kind
Mhm.
of pushing it. But you know what? They're just going on how much money they're going to make. No matter
Mhm.
what, is one of those movies that I actually have sitting in my movie pile right over here, because it's just something that
Mhm.
is a classic. So
Mhm.
I hope it makes money. I hope they do a great job, and I'm hoping that this is going to turn out well. But what do you
You
guys
know,
think? That's the question.
also,
We love it.
Also, you know what I think would be hilarious if they do when they start advertising this movie? Do you remember the teaser trailers for the first movie that had Stitch like crashing different Disney classic movies? You remember those trailers?
Mm-hmm.
It would be hilarious if they do that same concept, but him crashing the live action remakes. I think that would be hilarious. Because all the trailer, like all the Disney classics that he crashed in those trailers have been remade into live action too. I think that would be so hilarious if they did that.
Could they make that happen? That's a good question. Hmm. All right.
It would be hilarious if they did.
Well, you guys, that's what we think. Let us know what you guys think in the comments section right here. Like this video and subscribe to our shows. We come on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And you can tell us what you guys think about the Lilo and Stitch. Is it that was a good idea? Is it just another movie in a line of terrible remakes? But we're going to talk about something else coming up, going to the next topic. But if you're live with us, stay with us. If you're watching it a little later, then we will see you in the next video.
Cheers.
I like the idea. Lilo and Stitch. I have a lot of fun with Lilo and Stitch. I just don't know if the actual story lends itself to live action at all. And why
Live
would you
action,
push
yeah,
it?
yeah, I agree. I agree. Some things just aren't made for live action, but I guess we'll find out next summer.
I'm very excited. Comic section. Like, I like it. So let me show you guys. On my desk, I have these are the ones I've read and bagged, and this is the pile I have to get to, and then I have a bag of new ones I have not gotten to either. I keep on grabbing more and more. So like it's on my mind. It's hard to figure all this stuff out. Having time to read as much as I want to read is just so bad.
Oh yeah, I haven't had any time to read this week.
Oh man. Anzo says they need to recast Luke Cage. You brought it up. Let's go ahead and talk about this thing. I am. All right.
Yeah, I haven't even heard any news.
Okay. I'll do another segment because this one is. I don't know. I don't know what I feel about it yet. So, all right. Here we
Oh
go.
man.
And welcome back to the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brand Man Brandon. We've been hearing, so Mike Coulter talked about before that he is not really interested in doing anything with Disney or Marvel at all. I think he said he was kind of disappointed with them trying to get rid of his show as canon. But ever since then, since Feige's brought Daredevil back, now we have opened the window for all those other shows that were on Netflix coming back in. So people are asking him before, he was like, "Would you come back to Luke Cage?" He's like, "No, I kind of passed it. I got my own properties. I want to do something else." This time, he says, "No, I will do it if it's a good script, if it's a good story." Mike Coulter would love to come back as Luke Cage if that all happens. Could you see Mike Coulter, which we've definitely talked about before on this show, coming back as Luke Cage or Power Man?
I'd be good with it. I'd be 100% good with it because I associate him with the role at this point in time. Obviously, he played him over the course of several Disney series or several Netflix series. He's the first one who would spring to mind, especially when they're bringing back, the whole gang for Daredevil Born Again, and there's rumors that even Jessica Jones, Kristen Ritter could be coming back as Jessica Jones in some capacity. So I'd hope they'd go all the way.
Okay.
If the quality's up to par, and I'm sure that
there's a lot of storylines that you can use with Luke Cage. He has a lot. I have a lot of the Luke Cage, the Power Man, all that. You have a lot of those comic books and a lot of stories that can mix in with a very grounded Marvel base. You can do that. Here's the issue I have. The first thing is Mike Coulter, he's been doing Evil, and Evil finally is, going to his last season, so he's no longer, and Paramount's on his last leg, so he's no longer beholden to that show. Okay. So he's looking at his next opportunity, and he doesn't want to turn down Marvel money. But I feel like Bob Iger has said to everybody, we're going to make less TV shows, right? If they brought back all of the Defenders, all of them, except Iron Fist, because that show sucked. They brought them all back. How would you be getting less content? How would you be doing less production and actually making everything more movie-like? I love Mike Coulter as Luke Cage. I really, really do. And I would love to see him. I think he still is Luke Cage. I think the casting is spot on. I disagree with what Anzo's saying, which I will bring up in a little bit. I love what they're doing with casting when they got him.
Yep.
I will say, and I love Mahershala Ali as Cottonmouth. I loved a lot of the characters they had in that first season. I think the second season wasn't as good as the first.
Definitely. Absolutely love season one though. Season two was, I thought, was decent enough.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if they're going to do this, if they're going to bring him in, one, they have to have better writing. I think they have to have a better plot overall. Two, you have to. I don't think you can. I think he has to be brought in with Daredevil, like a Daredevil season 2, or maybe you bring in Jessica Jones and just bring him in with Jessica Jones since they technically are married.
Yep.
And if it's all canonized already, let's not go back and try to tell the story. Let's start telling a story that's more of a parallel to what's going on. So maybe you bring back both of them for one show, or you bring them all back as the Defenders first, and then from the Defenders you split them up into their own areas. Because if it's already canonized, you don't have to explain who this person is.
Sure.
I don't think you could get another Luke Cage show. As much as I would like it, because it's more representation. I think it's a great character who has a lot of comic books. I just don't know if Bob Iger is saying I want less stuff. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I think I'd see him coming back as part of an ensemble rather than like another solo series, that sort of thing. Like you said, he'd probably be with the Defenders or show up in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, hypothetically, or maybe like we see like Spider-Man like swing past him in an alleyway or something like that, or helps him fight off some purse snatchers or some bank robbers or something like that. Unless he really landed along part of an ensemble, then we could, he could potentially show up like and do like a continuation of like a Luke Cage Power Man series or something like that, or like an 8-episode series on Disney Plus, or like a Marvel Studios special, like they sometimes do. Other than that,
Mike Coulter is a great actor. I really enjoy him as an actor.
Oh, he's a really good actor.
Luke Cage is not the problem. I think it's Marvel saying what they're saying, because they have so many properties coming out, so many things that they're showing us. How can you say I'm doing less and then bring everybody back?
Yep.
And then I don't want you to do it if you're only going to half-ass it. If you're going to give it the money, you're going to put the information in, you're going to get good writing, good storylines, then I'm all for it. I don't want you to think I'm being negative. I really do like Luke Cage. I really do like Power Man. I love that idea. I love the comics for each one of them. I just you better be putting your money where your mouth is if you're gonna do this.
Yep. I agree.
So Anzo's the one who came and said they need to recast Luke Cage. So he doesn't mind them doing Luke Cage. He just wants them to do someone else as Luke Cage. Mike Coulter's not the guy. Which I don't care or care or not care about recasting Luke Cage. I guess you can or not. But Mike Coulter, if he says he wants to do it, then why not?
Yeah. I'd prefer that they keep him, especially now that we're getting back, like I said, especially now that we're getting back Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Like I said, there's rumors that Kristen Ritter's going to be back. So optimistically, Luke Cage would be part of the returning gang. We're getting back John Bernthal as Punisher.
They could recast Iron Fist. They could do that. Recast Rand. I don't want to see any more of that.
Yeah, I'd kind of be either way, because I didn't necessarily mind Finn Jones. I thought he was fine. I think everything else around him was where they went wrong. I think even on the one
setting,
I think he's a capable enough actor. Heck, the one episode of Luke Cage that he showed up on as Iron Fist,
the best thing he did. The best
was the best thing he did. And he did a great job in that bit part. So it's very evident that he's not the problem. It was the writing, the poor fight choreography. I feel like the fight choreography was like nearly non-existent anyway. Like it was even cheaper than something you'd see on Power Rangers, if we're being honest. So I'd be fine with them recasting Danny Rand, but at the same time, if Finn Jones got a second shot with better content built around him, I'd be happy with that too. If he got a shot at redemption.
My problem was what if you give him the opportunity to return and then they do recast Luke Cage? I would have a problem then.
Yeah, I'd have a problem with that too.
And I
I
feel
have a
like
big problem with that too.
you open up the door for it, it's possible to be a problem. And
Yeah.
what you say, Mac from Agents of Shield for Luke Cage. Look, Luke Cage, Power Man. How do I say this? Is a big, strong chocolate dude.
Yeah. He's a big, dark-skinned dude who's built like a shit brick house.
Exactly. I think the guy he's talking about is Al McKenzie. Is playing Mac on Agents of Shield. It's honestly just straight up not dark enough.
Yeah.
Just if I want to be just 100% with you, he's not dark enough.
Yeah. I'm
just like
insistent.
Halle Berry as Storm. That doesn't make sense. Not dark enough.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like Storm should be like a dark-skinned black woman.
woman. Yeah, just come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke Cage needs to be like a tall, dark-skinned black dude.
Yeah. Exactly. And that matters.
Yeah.
That shade matters. That saying that representation, sometimes that matters. So I would not want that. So he would have made a good Bubbles. Mike Coulter could have made a good Bubbles. He's scary enough.
Yeah. Sure could have.
He might be too young though.
Yeah.
Anzo says season 1 was good until they killed Cottonmouth. Felt like two different shows. There was no need to kill Cottonmouth. They could have kept him around and just have him as a low level.
I agree.
You didn't have to kill him. You should have kept him.
Yeah, he died off way too early because Mahershala Ali is just that man's a national treasure. He's great in anything he's in. I wanted to see him stick around. I think he's such a good actor.
Better.
Yeah, they could have relegated him to like a smaller role throughout the remainder of the season rather than killing him off.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Anzo said, and he's not always dark skinned in the comic, for as far as Power Man is. And I'm trying to pull up. I have so many of them. He's not always bald, but he is always brown. So
yeah,
I'm just going to say, he's not light skinned ever. Okay, so the first one of him, I'm gonna pull it up. There. Okay. He's not light skinned. He's not. Okay. Then you have him a little later because he went through this transformation. And he's this. So yes, he does need to have that. So just saying, overall, I want him to be someone. And you know what? I feel like at the time, Mike Coulter was like almost a no-name actor. You could go for a no-name actor too.
Yeah.
That's not his complexion, so you're just no, it's not. But you can go for a no-name actor, and it's fine. Go with someone else, but as long as it kind of makes sense with what we're doing, and yeah, I'm okay with that. But I think Mike Coulter, if he wants to do it, wants to be it, why not? Especially if you're doing it this iteration of Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna get a little reboot, a soft reboot. So if you're gonna do this iteration of stuff, then why not? It's the Spoiler Kings, man. What's up, Tony?
What's going on, Tony?
And of course, Cleves, what is up? Glad you got in here. I saw you. And he said 50 Cent as Luke Cage. I don't want to see 50 Cent as 50 Cent. Just personally.
Well, he is mostly bulletproof anyway.
I guess, yeah. Many men. But But no, I mean, I wonder what everyone else is thinking. Are you in the concept what Anzo's saying? Anzo is, saying that we recast him and you can have someone else play him. I still like Mike Coulter. I think he's a good one. I just don't know if you need to have a show that you're not going to put the money in. And if you're going to do it right. Do it all the way. You got to go hard. But that's against everything that Marvel's been saying or Disney's been saying they're going to do. So, tell us what you guys think. Look in the comments if you're looking at this video a little bit later. Let us know what you think. You think Mike Coulter is the perfect one? Do you think they're going to go ahead and put the money behind it? Are they going to bring him back, or would they go to recast and just do a Defenders in a different way? Just let us know in the comment sections. Tell us what you guys are thinking, and we will react to all of them and talk to you guys in there because you are the reasons why we do all these things. And we even bring up these ideas. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you're live, we're gonna keep on going with another topic. If you are watching this later, we'll see you at the next video. Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Cleve says he hopes he comes back. I love Mike Coulter because I love Evil. I like the show. I've watched every episode every week. It is really weird and really dark and strange, and I like obviously supernatural. So I like that type of stuff. As long as it's not scary. It's not scary. It's just strange.
Yeah, it's not scary at all. Yeah.
And I like strange. I like different. I like weird. And so I like him as an actor. I like what he's doing. I just don't bring him in if you're not going to make it right. And I'm huge
Exactly.
on don't piss on me and tell me it's rain. Don't try to don't try to placate me. Don't do that.
Yep.
So he fits the role perfectly. I think he does. I think he works with multiple layers of it. So that was go-to black person shade. They were drawing Jibon Hansu. Yeah, well, that was back then. They weren't going to that shade of crayon in the book in the crayon box. They're like, you know this is. You know what's going on, guys. You know it is. Everyone give me the fake Jerry curl and a thing around your head. It'll look fine. But now you can actually go the way it should be. It makes sense. I don't know. I love Mike Coulter, so I just hope it works out personally.
Yeah, I really like him as an
actor. Tell me, what do you think about the whole Bo DeMayo thing? Oh man, before you say that would be good. Would it be crazy if Heroes for Hire shows up in the last episode?
For a Born Again, that would be awesome.
I mean, it's supposed to be 18 episodes, 9 and 9. So they're not even done. All you got to have is the first 9 and then the next 9. So the last episode of that one of the last 9, bring Heroes for Hire there. I like that. That's good. That's good. I like that, Cleves. Use that, guys.
And based on what little they've been saying about the plot, it would fit.
That whole trailer was dark. We had to get rid of it on the live show because we watched it anyway. But that whole trailer was dark as heck.
Yeah, I watched the leaked one. It was awesome, and still seems to kind of capture. Not even kind of. Still seems to capture the vibe and the tone and feel of the Netflix one.
Yep, I agree. So, at least OG Luke Cage got a better outfit than Cyborg. Yeah, well, I feel like that's the one outfit I could do for costume for a Halloween. You could do it. You pick out your hair, put the headband on, put a yellow polyester shirt on, show a little chest. you're good to go. Ready to run. So we all know what happens to White Tiger. Exactly. If you don't know, you will know soon. You'll know. But yeah, Bo DeMayo not being invited to the Emmys. What do you feel about that?
They're doing him so dirty.
There has to be more, right? There has to be something that we don't know about. That for them to be treating him the way they're treating him.
Yeah, if they're completely ousting him to the point where he's not even invited to the Emmys. Like, yeah, this rabbit hole must be going deeper than we originally thought.
It
Or
has
they're
to
originally letting on.
The show creator, he's the reason why we going to have season 1 and season 2. It's one of the best things that Disney has ever released animated.
Ever done. Yeah,
I mean, nominated for Emmys, an animated show, and he's still not there, still not getting invited to the Emmys. Wow. I don't know, man. That looks really, really problematic. And I'm not even sure like Bo DeMayo's my cup of tea or anything like that. But he's done the work. Shouldn't you be letting him be there?
Right?
I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I have no idea.
Cleve says Disney always does the brothers dirty. Shaking my head. It seems like that way. Doesn't it really feel? I mean, it's starting to feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah, how they're just completely ousting him. Yeah, it definitely feels that way.
Said people had worked and have said that he is a nightmare to work with. Yeah, maybe he's that problematic. He's a problem, and they can't use him. They don't want to be around him. Maybe that's it. Would that be enough?
It seems like I'm sure there's other people in Hollywood that are talented. It kind of feels like a lot of talented people are some of the biggest dickheads. So, not inviting him just because he's not nice is a little strange to me.
You don't have to
I'm
work
not
for
saying
him
that's
anymore.
entirely.
You already announced someone else is doing season 3. You're done. So why wouldn't you just invite him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand why they're doing this, but whatever. So Mama Bear, being the awesome woman she is, sent this, and I'm just gonna leave it up there, and you guys do with it what you want. I'll read it, and we'll go from there. It said, firstly, I'm grateful to have worked for X-Men 97, collaborating with some amazing, talented folks. Creating this revival was a dream come true, and the support of the fans have shown is so touching. However, I felt it pressing for me to speak up in the wake of leaving the show, and yeah, that's too much. And of course, Mama Bear loves that. That's just too much, man. Oh man, that's wow. You're not gonna say anything? You're just gonna sit there. Just gonna leave me out there.
I would just.
Wow. Ozzo says, isn't that always what they say though? Yeah. Yeah, I guess anytime that you have a problem with someone, they were a terror or a nightmare to work with. But isn't that what they said about Wesley Snipes?
Yeah. They said, well, you heard everything that went on with the third Blade.
Mm-hmm. You're seeing Wesley was said to be a nightmare to work with. He hated Ryan Reynolds. He came in showing up late. The problem was the Blade 3 was nothing but, advertising for iPods. So
Yeah.
that's all it was.
Yeah.
That was the issue. And it wasn't
To our
written well.
iPod ad. Yeah.
It's fan art. We got you. You got you. Said, relax. I'm not asking anyone to dress up like that. Brandman was like, well, that was going to be me for Halloween. You can do that. I'm not going to be around him, but he can do that.
After this week, I'm not sure I've been stress eating this entire week. like Professor Clump stress eating the entire week.
So, he's claiming it's because he posted that fan art to support Pride. Okay. Okay. I'm not hating on anybody, but honestly, I think it's weird that the show runner has not been invited to the Emmys, especially if it wins an Emmy and everyone on that stage had nothing to do with the storyline or how it went. That would be very weird.
That would be the ultimate slap in the face. And I could see it winning too because it was that good. That would be that would be the ultimate insult. Like, could you imagine?
I can't imagine, because that's what Marvel's done all the time. So not give this man his credit, not tell all how good he's done of a job, and take the award and run with it and say, look, we've done it, guys. We came back. Marvel is back. And it was all Bo DeMeo putting that storyline together, because it was excellent. It was obviously made by someone who read the comic books, that understood how the stories could all fit together and how it could be a continuation from season 5, which was terrible, to give us season 1, which was excellent.
Yeah. And everything that you listed was exactly the reason the show works so well, just because the narrative merit, the way that it was written, and they really owe pretty much all of it, or if not most of it, to Bo DeMeo. Him busting his butt, and he understood X-Men and what it should be, and did everything that he could not to make it just a bland cash in, and bank on nostalgia, because if you think about it, it very much easily could have been that. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be that. When we heard, oh, they're doing X-Men '97, they're bringing X-Men back. I think the full extent of our mentality as people who grew up with the show is, oh, they're bringing that cartoon we loved back. I don't think we really thought too hard about, oh, this show is going to be like one of the best things that Marvel came out. I'm sure we hoped, oh, we hope it's good. Oh, we hope it's up to par. Oh, we hope it's a suitable continuation of the original series. I don't think any of us expected the astronomical quality we got.
He understands character development for each character of in an X-Men ensemble piece. I can complain as much as I want about Storm, as I hate her and Forge, whatever, not being in enough episodes. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say that he, in an ensemble, he did a good job of getting every character out there, showing a little bit of them in every episode, going through an arc for each one of those characters. That obviously you cared about them enough to do those things. So, which most people don't. They focus on one. You can see Fox, everything that Fox did. We're gonna make it the Wolverines. Like that's what they did. They didn't care about the rest of the characters. He actually took the time to figure it out.
Exactly. Yep.
So I'm all for it. I need Bo DeMeo to be invited to the Emmys immediately, and Marvel needs to just say it is what it is. You're not gonna get rid of. You're not gonna get away from him. So you might as well just celebrate it and say we decided to part ways. Let's just celebrate.
Yeah.
At least that's my opinion. I think that's the best way to do it.
I agree.
All right, T guys. Thing says, which show should I watch first? So Cobra Kai, Umbrella Academy or Bel Air, which dropped tonight. The first 3 episodes of Bel Air are now out on Peacock.
I'd say probably Cobra Kai, Bel Air, and then Umbrella Academy. Admittedly, I kind of lost interest in Umbrella Academy a while ago. I think the only season that really stuck out for me was the first season, and then the second season was kind of here and there for me. The third one, I think, is the third one was okay, and I haven't gotten around to season 4 yet, but I really like season 1.
Cobra Kai is an easier watch.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Cobra Kai is an easier watch. The thing about Bel Air is that it hits on themes that are uncomfortable for people to talk about, uncomfortable to watch, make you squirm a little bit because you hate the situation that this title character is putting himself in, and I think they're going to be working at the country club. That race is going to be involved in Bel Air. It's going to be uncomfortable to watch sometimes. So I think that's the theme with Bel Air. So there are times where you're like, okay, I gotta take a break from Bel Air. Umbrella Academy, I feel like it's just they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
But that's also the problem sometimes. Sometimes when you don't take it seriously enough, the characters kind of fall to the wayside and you're just doing stuff. And I feel like a lot of the episodes in like season 2 and 3 were just doing stuff.
I agree. And one thing that I did like about Bel Air and that I respect about Bel Air is it kind of did what a reboot or a remake should do, is kind of take the basic idea of its predecessor and then just kind of do your own thing. So in hindsight, when I heard, they're remaking Fresh Prince of Bel Air as a full-on drama, I was like, huh? But then when I sat down and watched it, it really worked, and I kind of I commend them for going that different route, because they were never going to capture what made the original, so they didn't even bother to do that. They just did their own thing, and hats off to them for doing it that way.
It makes sense because Will Smith is so charismatic, especially at a young age. He was just it. He drew you to the screen with him and his acting and just his personality. So you're not going to get that again. You're not going to catch lightning in the bottle again. So
exactly,
you should go opposite. And I think that was a smart way to do it. And even though I think drama could be sometimes could feel like just made up sometimes. A lot of the things that happen in Fresh Prince of Bel Air are things that actually happen in real life and people have to actually deal with. And even the idea of not I'm not black enough. I'm not if I'm not hood, I'm not enough. And then all the drama of being rich and having access to drugs and alcohol and all those other things. That stuff happens. So I think it's made for entertaining TV, and I'm excited to jump in to these first 3 episodes. Matter of fact, we will be talking about those first 3 episodes next week. So
yeah,
and breaking that down. But yeah, that was a very, very good question. I like all of it, but yeah. So this kid on Bel Air comes pretty close to that Will Smith charm. I like the entire cast on the show. It brings it. James Avery is the only one I feel like you could never replace. Will Smith has this persona, this charismatic thing about him that's going to be very hard to replace. But him being an executive producer, gives him some support pointers and give a little some chops to it.
hmm
James Avery is a classical, what was a classical like trained actor,
Oh,
actor.
he's great. He was
He
great.
is, he's it. And you weren't going to get that again. You can't even create that again.
hmm
A man who's 6'6", 350, like he cast a shadow. It's so funny. He's so big, you forget that Will Smith's 6'2".
Yeah,
You forget how big he is. He just had this presence about him, and you're not going to get that. There's nothing you
right.
can do about
Yeah,
it. So I do like that
yeah.
cast, but you had to just go a different way. Just had to go
hmm
a different way.
Yeah, I like how where they went with Uncle Phil. I really, even I'm sure just like me, Brian, you probably couldn't stand Carlton when we first met him in season one.
Yeah.
But I kind of like, he's very much a complicated character, which I appreciate, and I like how him and Will, become like I like their relationship, how it's kind of fleshed out. I appreciate that. Just the direction that they went with the characters, it works, and I think that it also works in the sense that even though the original Fresh Prince I thought was very 90s, it still holds up. This one is very 2020s, but it doesn't go terribly overboard in rooting itself in the 2020s, other than what, like Ashley being trying to be an influencer.
Mhm.
But
Or the
I
YouTube
think,
with Hillary, the YouTube and all that stuff.
yeah, Hillary. I'm sorry. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. Um, so yeah, I think it works. I think that it very much stands on its own.
So Mama Bear said that
Whatever.
fraternity episode in the original Bel Air series was Carlton's most badass moment. I
Sure
like
was
that
though.
episode. No, but dude, the moment when Carlton's in the hospital room, a hospital, right? He's in bed. He's in the bed, and he has the gun. And Will comes back and says, "Give me the gun. You owe me your life. I saved your life. Give me the gun." So that because Will Smith Will's in the hospital bed, and Carlton has the gun because he's like, I'm gonna have protection for me from now on. And he gets him to leave the gun on the hospital bed, and then Will opens it up, takes the bullets out, and he starts crying. Carlton was so badass in that, and he is Alfonso Ribeiro was an unbelievable actor, so strong, and he was able to do so many different levels. I Man, I think about that episode still to this day, how special and how strong that was. Man, what about you? Do you have an episode that's your favorite from Carlton, from the original?
Um, I always like the one where he checks the dude who called him a sellout.
Which one? Because
If
that
you,
happens a lot. Because it even happened that right here when he went to the fraternity episode when he says, I say I'm not black enough. He said, if we both trying to run the race, why are you trying to hold me back? Like
Mhm.
what kind of brotherhood does that to me? And then that's when Will says, hey, we're gonna make it like a tree and leave. He said, I never
Mhm.
say that. I say we're gonna make it like a banana and split.
Can't remember if that was the one I'm thinking of. Uh, it's kind of the dude. Didn't he kind of like dress up like a wannabe revolutionary? Am I thinking of the right one?
Oh, I
You
mean,
remember that guy?
yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that one too.
You remember the one I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yep.
that
That
one.
was more season
That's
3.
probably
Okay.
that was my favorite Carlton moment.
Another good one was when he went to LA with Jazz, and he was acting Will so gangster that Will was like, he was worried about it. He was like, whoa, you need to stop back. You going to the park and you gonna sell bags in the park? You can't do that. And he got real hood real quick.
hmm
Said I think the Uncle Phil is totally different, and I like the relationship with Jeffrey is phenomenal. Jeffrey is phenomenal. Jeffrey might be the best character in this new.
I like the new
LA.
Jeffrey.
Boy.
Yeah, I really like the new Jeffrey.
He's so just proper and gangster, like someone you could be afraid of. He's not a big dude by any means, but he's like Jamaican, for real Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna come at you and the whole family. Like that's stab Jamaica. That's that's real Jamaica. I like that one. I like that. What up, Drew?
Drew, what's going on?
Appreciate you, man. And T says yes, that gun episode. Yeah. So yes, that was such a great episode. I agree. He says my favorite Carlton episode is when he takes the speed at the school dance. That was in Will's locker. Yes, that's another good one. Can you realize? You realize it was only 5 years, only 5 seasons of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It feels like it was so many more.
It felt like it was more than that, right?
Yeah. So I think Brandon is thinking of the same episode. Yeah. Or not. Whatever. There's so many good episodes that they did. I mean, they played off each other so well. Alfonso and Will just were perfect, almost like brothers for real. And their journey with each other pulled more out of each other, each one. Well, what about that Carlton episode with when he was gonna lose his virginity to the older woman? And all the fireworks and all that stuff. That was hilarious too. That was a good one. T says my absolute favorite episode is when they went to Las Vegas, and they're dancing the Apache.
Oh man, I forgot about that. I don't know how I forgot about that one.
And then he's like, he came out doing the Michael Jackson. He did the moonwalk because he didn't play Little Michael when he was little, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did the moonwalk and everything, and then his mom was like, he was like, "Oh, mommy," and ran off the stage. Oh man, such a good show.
Yep.
Ugh. What was that? Oh, when we were watching House of the Dragon, and someone said when Corlys was being bad to his sons, they said that was just like the Will Smith episode was dad. Why don't he want me?
I freaking hate his dad. I hated him so much.
So I'll be back in a couple months. Maybe a little bit longer than a couple of months. But I'll be back, yeah. Oh man. Will definitely did. He acted his ass off in that episode.
He really did.
Oh
yeah. That made me legitimately angry from a young age.
It's like still to this. So
friggin' bomb.
That whole Uncle Phil being one of the greatest TV dads of all time. What he did with that. I'm taking care of kid, give him all that stuff that wasn't even his, his nephew take care of it. James Avery. GOAT family father. Marlon Wayans dad scene is really good too. And Marlon Wayans will be back in season 3 because he's going to be talking Will through some of the stuff that he's going through. So we'll see.
Maybe this is his redemption arc.
Maybe. No, he's already playing the most hated character in all of Fresh Prince history. So that's gonna be the question. What's up? What's up, Derpy?
Derpy, what's up?
You're just in time because I wanted to kind of move on to another subject real quick. Want to know what you guys think about this whole. Well, Superman is done filming. It's totally done. And they're talking about they're not going to have any reshoots. And then James Gunn says, my last 3 movies, I've had less than 1 day of reshoots. I don't do reshoots. I'm the director. My job is to make sure the movie works. Do you think the idea of no reshoots is a good idea or a good sign or a bad sign? Thanks to films, though.
I think it is a sign of confidence faith in his own project, which I'm not mad about, but at the same time, I think it's a little premature to be saying, and maybe a little too cocky to be saying, because a lot of stuff undergoes reshoots.
Mm-hmm. You're
But
supposed
then,
to. It's you're self-evaluating your your thing. You're putting things together, and
Mhm.
you're saying, "I this is good, but I could do a better quality job if you gave me another second." And you take that time.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you know is, but look at the movies.
Mhm.
Brandon, you usually talk about it. You talk about Suicide Squads. You talk about all the Guardians of the Galaxies. I mean, his last couple of movies have knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. So that's why, at the same time, I'm good with this. It just makes me feel like he has even more faith and confidence in what he's crafted. So if he's shot something that doesn't require reshoots, and we don't hear anything about reshoots up until the movie comes out, or we don't hear anything about reshoots. Losing my train of thought. Holy shit.
No, but I mean, think about it. In Guardians of the Galaxy, they didn't have a lot of reshoots,
Mhm.
because if he thought they needed something, he would add it that day.
Mhm.
He would think,
Yeah.
"Hey, this doesn't fit now." So instead of reshooting, I'm going to have some cut scenes that I could cut back afterwards.
Mhm.
I have these other scenes that I can go to if I need them. So I don't have to
Yeah.
reshoot because I'm having an idea. I understand the plot. I understand the way it's written enough that I don't have to come back to it.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't even remember hearing anything about reshoots for Guardians or.
No, like he
Um,
rarely did any reshoots. He did a few in the first one, but in the
mhm.
second one he didn't. In the third one he didn't. He knew the story he wanted to tell.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, it just makes me put even more faith and goodwill and confidence in him. Like I said, I'm really hoping he just absolutely crushes this.
Cleves in here says, "I'm not worried. James Gunn barely misses." Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't personally think that Suicide Squad is as good as everyone else says it is. I just
Hmm.
I don't. Because you're comparing it to the other Suicide Squad that was a Suicide Squad, but it was a decent movie, just wasn't Suicide Squad. So if you're comparing it
Just
to that, then yes, James Gunn did a better job. But I don't think that Suicide Squad in itself was great. This was a better Suicide Squad movie.
mhm. I had fun with his Suicide Squad movie, but he didn't really have the bar. Let's face it, the bar was set pretty low with the previous one. But I liked his Suicide Squad movie. I kind of liked the vibe of it. I liked the action in it. I thought the comedy was pretty well balanced.
I think it was too silly. I thought it was still too silly for me.
It was a little sillier. It was much sillier than what I would expect from a Suicide Squad movie. When you think Suicide Squad, I was thinking more like a Dirty Dozen type vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely had that trademark gun humor, and I think that's why Warner Brothers got him for it, because the first one really wanted to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Down to the soundtrack, it just didn't handle music nearly as well. The music in it, just somebody had their iTunes shuffle on when they were editing the movie. But yeah, the first one really wanted to be Guardians of the Galaxy, so they were like, "Oh, James Gunn's been fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Let's capitalize on this."
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I agree.
so I'm hoping Superman kind of abandons a lot of that kind of
I don't
goofiness.
want comedy there. I don't want goofy. I
No,
don't want it. And if it has it
no,
in there, I'm gonna be upset. I won't be like, yeah, this is not a good idea.
no. I just like the occasional comic relief. I don't want him to go full on goofy with it.
I think one liners could work. That's it. Give me a one liner every
Mhm.
once in a while, but do not give me a movie that's trying to film like a comedy. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this
like
is a mistake.
yeah. If they have some comic relief here and there from say like Jimmy Olsen or something like that, I think that would be good. But
Guy Gardner,
I don't.
that's how we're gonna get it.
Guy Gardner, yeah,
Mhm.
you know, but I don't want anything, like full on action comedy.
If you do that, then you don't understand. You
Mhm.
don't understand Superman. Mama Bear wants to say, no, look, his Marvel movies knocked it out of the park.
Mhm.
Because she does not like Guardians, like us, Suicide Squad. She does not.
Mhm.
That's just not for her. As long as David Corn Sweat doesn't grow a mustache, reshoots and reshoots, if needed, we'll be fine. As long as he doesn't be in the next Tom Cruise movie, then you'll be all right. I got you. I feel you. I still think James Gunn knows what he is playing with house money, and he has nothing to lose but everything to gain with his DC gig.
That's a good point.
I hear you, T. But I think that if he doesn't do well now,
Mhm.
it dies so fast. Especially that now that Marvel's back on the upswing and Marvel's starting to figure it out again, you have to do well. Don't let Captain America Brave New World, we all were like, oh no, don't let that knock it out of the park. Don't let them get 2 movies in a row knock out of the park, and then all of a sudden you come up with this some shady stuff that's just not good.
Exactly.
So just the cost of the studio, 100 mil. I hated Starro so much, made me hate the movie.
I didn't hate Starro. I hated how they did Starro. Starro was not a villain. Starro was abducted. He was up. He was floating in space, chilling and minding his own business,
So
not messing with anyone.
the goofiness will come from Kent, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
think that the goofiness is going to come. I'm telling you, from Guy Gardner. It doesn't matter who it is. Being Nathan Fillion leans, he's going to be a comic relief, and then Guy Gardner in itself is comic relief. So I feel like that just the character and the actor is comic relief. You might as well get it from that. The heroes from for hire. He can give you good drama and then go ahead and give you some comedy, and I think that's what you're going to get more from for comic relief. So, Deuce said, awful writing equals reshoots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We know this reading up on the Captain America Brave New World. Sounds like they went back and reshot a completely different movie.
A whole different movie, yeah. Feige saw it and said, nah, we gotta do something different.
Mm-hmm.
Horgig says, it shows he is prepared. Reshoots are normal, but are becoming a crutch for big blockbuster films. They inflate the budget way more. And
Sure.
You're 100% true, right? And you can, as I said, you could get your reshoots done if you feel like a scene could be done a different way. You can film it that day. That's not a reshoot. That's just extra footage that they decide not to go with. So if you're organized and you already know the story what you want, you have your storyboard in your mind, and you know exactly how you want it to be shot, then I can see you not having reshoots.
Yep.
That actually makes a whole lot of sense. So I kind of agree with you. He says, if Superman saves a cat out of a tree in this movie, I'll give it 5 stars off the rip. That's my Superman.
I feel like he will. I could see this version of Superman. Saving a cat out of a tree, or because that's Superman.
Or getting a kite, like a kite or a frisbee that got stuck in a tree or on a rooftop,
Yeah.
and he gets it for a little kid, or does it,
Yeah.
save a cat for an older lady. That's That's Superman.
helping an old lady across the street or something.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I think that's all good points. I think that's exactly what you want. I just don't want too much comedy. I want it to feel like a Superman film.
Mhm.
But, yeah, we'll see.
I agree. Yep.
As long as it feels like a Superman film, I'm all with it.
hmm
He says, "I'm not sold on Mr. Terrific though. I hope I'm wrong, but I didn't like the pics I saw."
Looked pretty spot on to me. I like Mr. Terrific. I really like the actor playing him. Edie Gathegi. I think he's such an underrated actor.
That's because
And he's
Fox screwed him.
versatile. Fox screwed him. Yeah. I went from, but he's a good actor. I think he really goes all in different roles. I remember the first movie that I saw him in like a major role was Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, and I freaking hated him in it. Not him as an actor, his character I couldn't stand. But and then X-Men First Class, which I loved him in, and then they
He didn't
just
make any sense.
unceremoniously.
Yeah, dude, it's so stupid. You don't die that way.
No,
That's exactly what your powers are.
especially when your power is to adapt to anything, specifically
you got
to
killed.
survive.
Yeah, you got killed because you weren't able to adapt, even though that's exactly what your powers are.
Mm-hmm. Dude should have been the last man standing.
First X-Men dead. Made no sense. Kevin says David Zaslav is going to sell Warner Brothers Discovery eventually. I mean, you're probably right. But I think that what he wants, he needs to have DC as that gem in his crown.
I agree.
So Warner Brothers needs box office hit films back to back just to get out of debt. And I hope that this is what we're going to get out of Superman, but you never know. All right, I have this Kraven trailer that I want everyone to look at. But before we get there, I have one other question. This will be a real quick one. What's going to happen with Blade? In your opinion, what's going to happen in Blade?
The MCU reboot with Mahershala Ali.
Overall, what's going to happen with Blade? Where does it
go? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Nothing's going to happen. I don't think they're going to. I know Ryan Reynolds is pushing for like a Logan style send off with Wesley Snipes as Blade. That's not going to happen. I don't even think this new one's going to happen because they're saying they're scheduling it for November of next year. Get out of here. That's not going to happen. It's they keep cycling through directors. Other actors are quitting. I'm still surprised that Mahershala Ali and Mia Goth are staying on at this point. At this point, this movie is essentially the equivalent of Dr. Dre's Detox album. It's just not going to happen. It's not, and I've made peace with that at this point. I'm not even sure I want to see it. It just seems like a lost cause at this point, considering how many people are just abandoning ship and then jumping on ship only to abandon it again. They need to just cut their losses and give it up.
Okay, so I actually think that they will cancel this iteration of Blade. But I disagree with everyone else. I think that they will give Wesley Snipes the opportunity, especially after this Deadpool. I think if they go before they do a Gambit live action, because they apparently are in negotiations for that with Channing Tatum. Before that happens, I honestly believe they do a Blade send off for Wesley Snipes, and even if they introduce his daughter or recast it or whatever they're gonna do, it lends it to Midnight Suns. But I believe even if you do a Midnight Suns with him being the Blade character and let him get killed off in that, but as the hero of that brought everything together, that saved the day, that saved the world. I think that's a possibility. I think that's a really cool way of doing it. And I'm hoping that they give him the opportunity to do it, to say goodbye to the guy who literally saved Marvel Studios.
Yep.
Without Blade, without Wesley Snipes, who fought for Blade for years, Marvel would have been dead, gone. No more Marvel Studios. So yes, he deserves that send off, and I think that everyone is going to agree to it. They're going to see all the problems they're having with this Blade thing. They said this will be a much easier script to write. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We're just going to go at Midnight Suns, and Blade being the one who brings them all together, and let it to be able to continue afterwards. And do something as simple as like saying, there's actually more than one Daywalker. And find out there's another one, and let him step into the Blade. But I think they need to give us closure first. And I think they will. So
be cool if they did. Because Blade Trinity definitely didn't give me the closure that I was looking for.
Oh my god, let's not even talk about that. Yeah, T says Blade won't get made. Kevin says Marvel Studios is going to cancel Blade.
They're going to cancel it. This movie will never see the light of day.
Mama Bear says, let's face it, Marvel doesn't have a good history with recasting black characters. Oh, you guys don't want to get me started. Recast T'Challa's ready. I mean, because Blade, they have to have respect for Blade. T'Challa, they haven't had the respect for T'Challa and the character or what he is for a long time now. And the movie, they still haven't decided what they're going to do, and they're going to do the Eyes of Wakanda. I think that's just a waste. I don't want to get off subject, but I think it's a mistake, and they could keep on misstepping.
Yeah, after Wakanda Forever, I really don't care about anything Black Panther or Wakanda related.
Yeah, and that's my favorite character. So, they're going to bring back Wesley Snipes. I think they are. I think they're going to sign him to a 3-movie deal and then have him die in their little way. I wouldn't be surprised at a Logan style send off of Wesley. Ryan does have a talent for getting what he wants with them. He does.
Yep, he does.
He was like, don't worry about it. You don't have to market it. I'll market it with my Mint Mobile money. I'll just Mint Mobile it. I'll write the check. You use the marketing. We'll fly around everywhere, do it, and then next thing you know, it becomes $1 billion, and he makes more money. Ryan Reynolds is going to be a billionaire in like 5 seconds. So T says, I don't want a Gambit movie. I want a Peacemaker style Gambit TV show. I think Gambit needs to be a TV show exactly the same way what T's saying.
I'd be good with that.
I don't think Gambit is strong enough of a character to lead the entire movie. So why would you even do that? I think you go ahead and go, TV show. Do what as we've seen, TV shows have been much easier to do, and the storylines have been better and more cohesive. So let's just go a Gambit TV show. I like it.
I'd be good with that. I'd be good with a TV series. Give Channing Tatum another shot. I know that the movie was supposed to.
Yeah, do this, then we go ahead. We'll give you opportunity.
I know the movie was supposed to have
a decade
Leah.
ago.
And it was supposed to have Leah Seydoux playing Belladonna. I'd be good with that. Bring the two of them back for a series. I'd be good with it. I'd be all for it.
All right. I'm starting to think it's intentional, T. Hopefully Anthony Mackie doesn't twist his ankle or something. I like Sam Wilson in the MCU. Well, Marvel definitely has a complicated relationship with their black characters. And that's going back to as far as you can think of. I mean, Fox had a complicated, the lies that they did with Halle Berry from the beginning, not casting Angela Bassett, being begged for years for a Black Panther movie. Not Denzel, Wesley with his stuff. Like, he's had to do it. They have not just a complicated, but a bad relationship with Black characters. A very not trusting. So I hear you. Kevin says Anthony Mackie Captain America film will make money. And I sure hope so.
Yeah, me too. I like the trailer we got. Yeah.
Do you think Armor Wars is canceled? Because I think that goes hand in hand.
I hope so. I never really wanted to see an Armor Wars movie unless it was with Iron Man himself. If they went full on Armor Wars, that was a major storyline with Tony Stark. I think I was actually kind of disappointed that they never really went there in his trilogy. I don't really want to see Armor Wars at this point.
If they're going to finally release this Riri Williams movie, if they're, because they shot it 2 years ago, they're going to release that. They're going to do what they're going to do with Don Cheadle and War Machine. If they're going to release Iron Lad or something like that, I think Armor Wars could still happen. I just think it might be down the line. And I hope that instead of making a movie, because they're saying they're going to make it a movie, that they keep it as a TV show. They change their mind again. It goes as a TV show, and instead of a movie, because I don't think it's strong enough to do as a movie. The storyline does need Tony Stark in it to really, hold water. But you can use the Tony Stark technology, and you can use Riri Williams, from her cause project that she didn't have money for, and created her own iron suit, and then that was gifted all that stuff, and the technology could be lost to different hands. And have that type of Armor Wars thing from there.
Yeah, the Ironheart series, I hope, really does better with the character Riri Williams.
Mm-hmm.
She was fine in Wakanda Forever, and
she was shoehorned in. She didn't matter. She literally didn't matter.
No, she really didn't need to be there. I think Ironheart was too premature. I think, there could have been like a little more build up if they wanted a younger Iron Man or someone with Stark tech. They could have had that kid Harley become Iron Lad. She was shoehorned. I'm not even sure how I feel about the existence of her of the Disney Plus series. I don't know if you saw the leaked trailer.
Yeah, I did. I didn't want to. I don't want it. And it's obvious that they're just trying to get rid of the stuff that's in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
I want it. And they're starting to do marketing for it and stuff. I don't want it.
Yeah, they're really gonna have to convince me. They're really gonna have to convince me with it. I think it's gonna be a tough sell. And of course, there's the unfortunate demographic who are actively rooting for its failure. I myself am not rooting for its failure. I'm hoping it surprises me. But
movies that they hold on for 2 years and don't release never usually have a good track record. If it was that good, you would not be holding on to it.
Yeah. I don't really see the point in it needing to exist. They just didn't do enough. The character of Riri's not doing anything for me at this point. And that's no knock on Dominique Thorne. I thought she did fine.
I think that she's a good casting.
She's good casting. I was never terribly invested or had an attachment to the character of Riri, even in the comics. I always thought she was just okay.
I thought that they kind of made her not as smart as she was supposed to be. Riri Williams is supposed to take over for Tony Stark as one of the most brilliant person to come out of MIT.
Mm-hmm.
She should be up there with Reed Richards and all of them, as a literally brilliant scientist that figured all this stuff out. basically built an Iron Man suit with no money, just like Tony did in a cave, but made it better.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't really. Yeah. Ironheart's going to be one of those shows that I kind of feel more obliged to watch just because it's from Marvel. Just like Wonder Man, like I'm gonna watch it, but it's not really anything I'm gonna be rushing to watch. If that makes sense.
At least Riri Williams is actually a black character that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wonder Man is not a black character. And I don't even want to get on that.
Yeah. We don't even need to go there.
Have Gambit pop up with Sam Wilson. I think Gambit will pop up like in three movies. I think that's what's going to happen. It's comic relief. So he's been waiting his whole life for this. Did you see his last interview and how much he loves? He's like, Ryan Reynolds, dude, you've done everything for me. You revived a dream that I tried for a decade to make happen, and you just told him that's going to happen. And that's what he says. So my bear says, not complicated. It's breadcrumbs. You're starting to realize that they have a process, the same process that's been happening over and over again for characters of melanated skin. Did you guys see the trailer for Ironheart? Yes, we did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what?
I thought
I was bored.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was fine. I watched it at the beginning of the week. I was like, okay. Prove me wrong.
We'll see.
It's
slightly off topic. It took me ages to believe her name was actually Riri. It wasn't just a woke type nickname given to YouTubers. Yeah, her name is actually Riri Williams. That is actually out of the comic book. That's literally who she is.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're trying too hard with Ironheart, or they're not trying at all. They're saying, "Oh, it's in here. We're not gonna put any marketing behind it. We're just gonna let it go." They're gonna echo it. I can't lie. I'm still hoping they reveal her real name. I remember Ironheart made it to script blacklist. So if it ends up mad, it will be
bad.
Because of if it comes up bad, it's because of the studio meddling. Okay. Yeah, bad. It'll be because of studio meddling. Okay. So I only say St. Williams because of Louisiana. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
I forgive Wonder Man because it's Yaya. I think Yaya will make a better Dr. Doom than Wonder Man. Wonder Man is not a good character.
Yeah, I'd rather seen him as Bishop personally.
Oh, that's a very I like that. I like it. Even though you can make me as Bishop, I'll take that too.
Absolutely.
And I'll go Method Man. Method Man, METH the OD man is the guy. The Doom needs gravitas. Doom also needs to be, every time he walks into a room, you feel him. So I think that's the same thing she said. You feel him, but you also need to feel like he's the smartest person in the room, except he doesn't care about what you think. He doesn't care. I'm not just smarter than you. I know how it should be, and I'm going to make it happen. And that's what makes Doom perfect for Battle World. I'm going to create this world, and I know I want to run it because I know better than you.
Yeah, he should have that. I'm the smartest. No one can hurt me. Doesn't fear anyone or anything. He needs to have that kind of bravado and swagger, but in a kind of very subtle and nuanced type of way, I think.
Cyan Bishop, yeah. I can see Method Man as Bishop. I think Method Man is amazing as Bishop, especially the way he's built now. The dude is ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
So Dion Cole would make a great Bishop.
Deon Cole. I'm gonna have to give myself a
funny.
refresher.
He's too funny. Deon Cole. He was in Blackish.
Mhm.
He has a lot of his comedy specials. He's the guy from the Old Spice commercial.
Oh, now it's coming back.
Yeah,
Now it's coming back.
wouldn't be bad though. That's not bad at all.
Mm-mm.
All right, I got this Kraven trailer up. Let's watch it together. Figure out what we like or not like, and I want to talk about Kraven and as far as the Spider-Man idea and why they need Spider-Man. And the problem with Sony, with they keep on making these villain movies. We'll get on it. So let's do this transition real quick. And welcome back. We are the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly. That's Brandman Brandon over there. We're going to check out the new trailer, Kraven, that dropped. I've been waiting for it for a while. I need to know if it's going to be good or not. I'm not sure still, but
I am.
Oh well, let's just see. Let's check this out and let's see what it is. I worry, but it is Sony. All right, let me know if you guys can hear it.
My son, we are hunters, the greatest the world has ever known.
Охотник, это сказки.
Сказки, правда.
Who's next?
I heard the noise of thunder.
Are you like your father? A gangster? A killer?
And I heard a voice. And behold,
They went with Johnny Cash.
hell followed with him. There's a man going round taking names. My son. And he decides who to free and who to blame. Yes, an animal stronger than you can imagine. The hairs on your arm will stand up.
Tell me about this hunter.
Some are born and some are dying.
Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around. Whoever is unjust.
You think you're some kind of honor? Some kind of code?
Will be unjust too.
You're just another man
Whoever is righteous.
hunting for a trophy.
Let him be righteous too.
Just like our father.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around. Embrace who you really are, son. And you will become a legend. When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, they're not fooling me. Yeah, Rhino looks cool. Yeah, it's cool that it's rated R. Yeah, it's cool that there's Johnny Cash in the trailer, but it's still Sony. They don't have this Spider-Man villain verse, whatever the hell they're doing. It hasn't. There's no good movies in there. Granted, like Venom's entertaining, like in a cheesy like late '90s, early 2000s kind of way. But I'm not going to pretend like it's a good movie. I like how Rhino looks, but yeah, I don't know. No, the trailers for Morbius the trailers for Morbius were cool too, and we all remember how that ended up.
Okay. I felt like they had some really cool parts, and I feel like this would be a good, not just a decent movie. I think it would be a good movie if it had Spider-Man in it.
Spider-Man.
I mean, you can't continue to give Kraven's Last Hunt is one of the coolest Spider-Man things that's ever been done.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect segue into the black suit Spider-Man, the symbiote. It's a perfect segue for it. And I love the way the look. I love his look. I mean, I think this is good casting. I didn't think
I like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
He looks great as Kraven, right?
Yeah.
The problem is stop having Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man. And every time Sony does a Spider-Man movie, a Spider-Man villain movie, that villain is crossed off the villain sheet that Marvel can use.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why we haven't heard anything about Spider-Man 4, right? Because the idea was, once again, we're going to get the black suit Spider-Man, but Kraven's Last Hunt was going to be the thing that you're going to kind of use, the one you're going to kind of mirror to get it done. But you can't do that if they keep on making these movies. So Kraven's now crossed off the list, so they can't do Kraven's Last Hunt for Spider-Man 4, which is why it's been 5 years, almost 6 years, and we haven't heard anything about Spider-Man again. They still have no director. They still have no script because they continue to do these crazy, terrible movies. That's Sony keeps on doing them, and they can't have a villain. They don't have one to get the black suit symbiote that they gave us. They told us it was coming 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I'm tired of it, and I think the trailer itself is good, but the thing behind it is not good. Sony is by itself is a smaller company, smaller movie maker, and they can't put the money in that's necessary to make these movies good. And they definitely can't do it without a Spider-Man in it. So just stop doing it.
Yeah, it's freaking dumb. It's so dumb. And to be honest, up until today, when this trailer dropped, like I had completely forgotten about this movie's existence because it's been delayed so many times. Didn't they put this trailer out at like 3 a.m. this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, putting it out at 3 a.m. in the morning and releasing it the same time as Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a very Sony decision. It's appropriately Sony. Yeah, let's see how this fares for you idiots.
So
you're putting it out against Sonic 3 and the Lion King. Good luck.
Yeah. The Lion King, for real, just by itself is going to be crazy. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
Yep, it's it's their funeral.
You said the Rhino looks cool. Can you imagine not having the Rhino there and having a Spider-Man?
Which would be awesome.
Andrew Garfield. Can you imagine that? And you remember how dark he got? And having Kraven with that would have worked, right?
I
think that would have been cool. And to the point where I said this is a must-see TV movie. But they don't do that, and they keep on bringing these villains in here, and they really need to just let Marvel have all of these properties back. I think this is what I just saw someone say. Cleo said Sony just needs to give all the rights back to Marvel. That's what they need to do. And let Marvel write a check. Take the money and run. And they're not going to do it. And that's the problem. And that's why we keep on getting these terrible movies, even though they make them look cool. But so, you know who else makes things look really cool? M. Night Shyamalan. He makes things look cool, and we always know we're going to be disappointed. I'm at a point right now with Sony. If it's going to be a Spider-Man villain universe, I know I won't be disappointed. But those are our thoughts. What is chat saying? Let's check this out real quick. So only if Spider-Man fought this Kraven would it be sick. Exactly.
Mhm.
Can you imagine Spider-Man doing it? He's punched through walls and dodging bullets and stuff, and he fights Spider-Man. That would be a good villain for him.
I know.
It's not the strongest foot forward. Yeah. I've ran it until I was blue in the face on how Kraven is wasted here instead of being with Spider-Man's. Next movie being Kraven's Last Hunt. That's what I'm saying. Kraven's Last Hunt is perfect for Spider-Man 4. It's perfect. And we get the black suit. He kills Spider-Man, and the symbiote crawls into him, and we get the black suit Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Right before we get the Secret Wars and all this stuff. Come on, man. It writes itself. I don't understand why we're still doing it. Sony sucks for keep making these movies. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it's such a dickhead move on their end.
Sony's just give the rights back to Marvel. Yes, and they cannot afford to make Spider-Man movies anymore. They're going broke. Exactly. So just look. You know what will fix everything if Sony sold to Disney. They'll never do it. But Sony sold to Disney. Woo! That'll be every comic book person's dream. All the characters back to Disney. What's up, Sheet? Never late, man. You're right on time. And Kevin says, Sony Pictures needs a box office win. Do you think this is that box office win, Brandon?
No.
Just another L. They take another L, huh?
Yeah, this is a suicide mission especially when they're putting it out. They would have been much better off releasing it when they were supposed to this time last year. Mm-hmm. And they delayed it to a year, and then they delayed it because I think initially they delayed it to August of this year, if I'm not mistaken, and now they push it back to December, where like it's just going to get completely and totally murdered.
Yep, by Moana and Mufasa, the Lion King, and Sonic 3, all those movies coming out, and I don't know what the hell Kraven thinks he's doing. But that's just what we think, guys. So if you're watching this later, please jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this was a great trailer? Because I do think this is a good trailer. Do you think they could do this without having Spider-Man? Or was Rhino enough? Tell us what you think. Jump in the comments. Like this video. Definitely subscribe and come and join us when we come and we do this live on Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. We go 9 p.m. to usually about midnight. So if you guys could jump in, we'll talk about all these things. We'll look at some trailers and listen to you. So thanks for watching this one with Kraven the Hunter, and we will see you guys on the next video.
Thanks, guys.
Everyone has some really good comments. Then they really like. No Way Home threw them alley-oop for Kraven with Spider-Man being completely alone with no one he loved remembering.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It was perfect. I already identified the black symbiote was left in the 616. It was already there, right? So Kraven's there for Spider-Man. No one's there to love him. You had Kraven's Last Hunt ready to go. That was Spider-Man 4. That's what should have been. Now we're not getting it. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah.
So Kevin says Venom: The Last Dance will be a moderate success. I think so. I think that it will get you 600 million. Orgy says they make them so they can keep the rights. Exactly why they keep on doing. And once again, once they have uses this villain, Marvel can't use that villain. So that's why we can't use Kraven's Last Hunt for Spider-Man 4. That's why they haven't come up with a script. They don't have a director because they don't know what the hell they're going to be able to do. What storyline do you use? Do you do I mean, you should do. You have Mr. Fantastic right now. Reed Richards there. He's the one that finds a way to take the black suit off of Spider-Man. So this is the time to introduce this stuff. But they're not. I can't explain why that's such not a bad idea. And they have it all set up and they just refuse to do it. Never let the rules get away with a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Though they apparently expected it to be a success like Venom. Rhino has never been the right guy. Exactly. He's never been that guy. If you think he's the right guy, then you just don't know what the right guy looks like. You're not that guy. You're not that guy. So Professor says, I agree. So, I mean, at least we got to see Kraven done right in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
That's L. And I don't understand why we just don't use the video game. Just use the video game.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a good job with that. Don't try making more movies. Just enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, the video games are a terrific template, for a Spider-Man movie. They're almost more cinematic than the movies, if I'm being honest. Kind of, they're Marvel's answer to the Arkham series.
I agree. I think that,
Mm.
and they spend more time doing it too. Okay. Trying to see if I could pull up another trailer real quick. Because what's that movie that came? The Substance. Supposed to be this horror movie that came out.
Oh yeah. Forgot that one's coming up.
So I want to. Yep, here we go. I do want to see that. See, what the hell this is about. Demi Moore is interesting. So
Oh yeah, now I remember. That's the one with Margaret Qualley, I think, is in it too. Andy McDowell's daughter.
yep. So all right. You want to do this one?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to star this, and we will get back to this right after this trailer, T, because I have some real thoughts about that. All right, here we go.
Hello. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. I am Brandman Brandon, here with my buddy Brian the Grizzly. We are going to check out a trailer for a new movie coming out called Substance. I believe it's starring Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, if I'm saying her last name correctly.
Hey, September 20th is coming out soon. All right, let me know if you can hear it, and we'll go.
Sure thing.
People always ask for something new. It's inevitable. At 50, well, it stops.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. One single injection unlocks your DNA and will release another version of yourself. This is the substance.
I'm Sue. 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 Sue.
You're hired.
Let's go.
A perfect balance of 7 days each. The one and only thing not to forget. You are one. You can't escape from yourself.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
This balance is not working.
Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop? Would you like to stop?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
You have to control yourself! Old, fat, disgusting!
People are gonna love that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Dude, that is crazy.
Yeah, that looks nuts.
Man, looking at some of those things, I am like in awe of not even sure. And, cocaine is a hell of a drug, but whatever they just gave you is even more. That's crazy.
That looks super trippy.
I really don't know what to say about that. I mean, that was a lot happening, and wow, I'm surprised I haven't heard more about this.
Mm-hmm. Same.
I think
Yeah, I'm like, what did I just watch?
I feel like this is gonna be a good movie. Like, this is gonna be a good. I don't know if people are going to go see it, but this is going to be an interesting movie. I think that the concept is really smart. As you age and you hit your 50s and you feel like you miss that youth you used to have, and you'll do anything to get it back until you have the consequences behind it. And I think this is a movie about consequences and losing yourself and your other self having control too. It's almost very much Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
I got a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde vibe from it as well. And just the really kind of bizarre way that it seems to be shot, and a lot of the kind of bright, kind of vibrant colors really stand out for me, like the way that it seems to be shot, like an LSD trip or whatever this drug is that Demi Moore's character is taking. I think kind of really accentuates what they're going for as far as the plot goes. And I also like that it only kind of gives you the general framework of the plot. It doesn't tell you the entire movie. Just basic plot. Aging. I'm assuming I'm assuming this was an aging fashion model, aging star fashion model or something like that. It's kind of getting Janice Dickinson vibes, if I'm being honest.
It gives you Demi Moore vibes.
Yeah. Even though lost my train of thought for a minute.
No, I mean, it gives you Demi Moore. I mean, Demi Moore, a great superstar. As she gets older, you lose roles, and that's something that every actress has to deal with. And seeing this on the screen is almost trippy for like a story within a story within a story. And even seeing Quaid being that devil
Mhm.
kind of character, being like, hey, I can fix it for you. This is what you can do. You can try this thing, and it's
Mhm.
gonna make it all better. And it ruins it, ruins your life.
Yeah.
Trying to be something that you're
No,
not.
Dennis Quaid's kind of embracing some of those crazy characters at this point in his career, huh? I think before this, it was The Intruder with him, Michael Ealy, and Megan Good, where he's absolutely unhinged.
But he's because seems to be a very wholesome person. So
Mm,
turning that on its head is an entertaining idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I mean that was interesting. Let's see what everyone in
Mhm.
chat thinks about this. T says, what the F is this? And then Mama Bear says, drugs are bad, okay? T says, I really don't like this trailer, but I think the movie will be good. Okay.
Mhm.
So now this movie will not make money, but it might be a top tier movie still.
Mhm.
Okay. I wonder if they'll have a U must be at high be this high measurement sign outside the theater. Have you smoked at least this much today? All right, then you can watch this movie. Okay, the new Sebastian Stan movie, A Different Man, and this one really looked good. Good dive into identity and beauty, and
Mhm.
what is beauty, and how do you identify with yourself with it? Do you say, "I'm only this if I could be this"? If
Mhm.
you do that, then you can never reconcile being who you are. You always put that beauty in front of everything. Like, I have to be beautiful. I have to be this. This defines who I am. You know, and that's a lot of Hollywood has that issue. So this is an interesting trailer.
Definitely an interesting trailer. Um, it's a shame that it probably won't do anything, or make a big splash box office wise. In addition to that one with Sebastian Stan that was just mentioned, stuff like this never makes a lot of money, and then people unfortunately complain that, oh, we're not getting anything original. They just remake everything. We have stuff
You don't
like
want to
this
go out and
coming
go
out.
get it. You don't want to go out and
Yeah,
see it.
yeah. If it's
Everything.
really that important to you, put your money where your mouth is, and go support the original stuff that is coming out, because we are getting plenty of it.
Mm, mm. Well, guys, that is what we think about this trailer. I thought the substance was an interesting thing, interesting trailer, and the movie probably will be very good. But do you guys think this is going to be good? Do you think it's worth watching? Should we all go see it and then try to review it? Um, you let us know. If you're watching this later, jump in the comments. Let us know what you guys think. If you're watching this with us right now on the live show, we're going to go into the next topic and keep on going. But thanks for watching the substance with us, and we'll see you guys later. I was holding that sneeze for forever.
I don't think I would have been able to do it, man. Respect to that.
I was like tearing up. Like I was like, oh.
Mhm.
Oh man, that looks really interesting. I mean, that's kind of freaky a little bit, man.
Mhm. It does. I'll go see it.
Yeah, I would say this. Um, so not for nothing. Demi Moore is still beautiful. I think there's beauty in aging. You know,
Mhm.
I always felt that way. I always feel like sometimes you should be happy with your aging and becoming more. You know, I don't think it's less. I know people don't like looking back and seeing the old, but the actual traveling through, getting older, having the like going through the life, I think that's a beautiful thing. And you can see the wisdom and the beauty still there, especially if you're a good person.
No comment.
I want to look distinguished. I want to have one gray beard. I want to have a little. I'm salt and pepper already coming. You don't know it's coming, man.
Mhm.
Fred says I will watch it if it was on streaming. It looks like a streaming movie, but it says a Sundance movie, so that makes sense, right?
Yeah, definitely a limited release.
I mean, it was really trippy. I thought something was wrong with the camera at first.
Yeah, a lot of those kind of fishbowl style shots that you used to see in like '90s music videos.
It says the Cannes Film Festival Best Screenplay in 2024.
Mhm.
Jokes aside, I've been the same as Brandon. Those saying nothing is original. Should see it. Yeah, but people don't
They
say that.
won't.
Everyone was going to say it's not. Oh, it don't look interesting to me because it's not the same story I already heard 15 times.
Mhm.
Mama Bear says, hopefully a less trippy trailer will help. You know, that's probably why it won best screenplay and not best movie.
Mhm.
T says, totally agree. Aging is natural, and there's there is so much beauty in there. Yeah, right. I think a woman could be beautiful. Hey, I mean, guys get more distinguished, and women get just as beautiful. I'm all for it. But I will say that was a trippy ass thing. That was weird.
Yeah, super weird, right?
Let's see if I can find. Just for me, I want to see Bel Air season 3 trailer. Just because I'm gonna be watching it, right? We're gonna be watching it. We're gonna be talking about it. So let's watch this trailer, see what we're gonna be jumping into for season 3. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good. I haven't even watched the trailer yet.
Oh well. Okay, let's do this now. Set it up. I'm interested to see how they're doing it. What's their take on it? Here we go. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brandman Brandon. We're going to be watching Bel Air season 3 throughout the next couple of weeks because Peacock just dropped the first 3 episodes. So we're going to be reviewing those, probably weekly. Probably going to get the first 3 out next week on Thursday. But beforehand, I was just talking to Brandon and say, hey, man, we should be watching this trailer. I don't feel like we had a chance to really watch it to know what the hell's going on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to watch this trailer and see what are they going to do for us in this season. You know if you guys can hear it.
You always told me I was in control of my own destiny.
We're gonna have summer on lock. You guys are gonna be very excited for what I got planned.
Seems you got a lot of free time. You might want to pick up some hours at the country club.
Why? You could use a job too.
Wait, what?
Welcome to the pit.
Summer is the season of change, and it's time to level up. Your family is like perfection.
I don't want our fairy tale to end.
Sometimes looking the part is more important than what's really going on.
Come on, Smith.
Lou? I left behind basketball. That was my way out the hood. That was the only good thing in my life. And I see my son making the same damn mistakes as me, and there's nothing I could do about it.
Relationships during the early stages of sobriety aren't recommended. Move on, because I definitely have.
Somehow I'm still wrong.
Because none of it feels real.
I'd hide forever, Phil. This is just how it ends.
You don't know what you want.
I'm not just some druggy rich kid who ruined his life.
You always told me I was in control of my own destiny.
There's always going to be a price. That's on you.
Okay.
So Is that who I think it was at the end of the trailer?
It sure was.
Mhm.
Hey, Jeffrey. That's cool. I mean, I think that's what we're going to jump in.
Mhm.
Man, that's a lot. See, and that's as much as I like this show, that's probably my number one complaint is that it's so much. Sometimes it's hard for me to deal with all these things that are happening because there's a lot of trauma in there.
Mhm.
You know, and it's
Definitely.
sometimes it's hard to deal with.
It's definitely got that. It's very much a soap opera with a bigger budget in terms of a lot of the different, like the drama coming from all directions, the kind of separate story arcs and stuff like character arcs and that sort of thing. So yeah, I definitely get soap opera vibes from it,
Yeah,
but it
no,
looks good.
I mean, it does look good, and I like the storylines, and they make sense. But I mean, really, it gets me in my throat sometimes. It's like, man, this is hard. It's hard to watch, and for someone who says, you know, I probably harp on it a little bit too much. That black people should be are all good things, bad things. Uh, they're not just poor; they're rich. They have all type of things, and you want to see all of those things on display, right? This gives
Mhm.
you a lot of the problems that you would have with the money still too. So you know, I think this is another side of the story, you know, and I enjoy watching it, but it's just so much. It's just so much. Ugh. All right, let's see what everyone is saying. Aunt Viv is so damn fine. Once
Yes,
again,
she
I said
is.
like a fine wine. See what I just told you, B? What about the agent? Hey, sometimes it don't matter.
Sometimes.
So I still ain't finished the last season.
Mhm. I'm all about Aunt Viv and Hillary on this show.
I see Coco Jones. I see you. Yes,
Mhm.
Professor Film Fan says that's the OG Jeffrey, and he's probably gonna be gangster, just like him. He's probably like the original gangster that he's running from.
Mhm.
You know, that's what he's trying to hide his son from. All that he's probably the OG one. He's trying to hide his son from. Mm.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So Uncle Phil could adopt me. Yeah, he could take me too. You know, guess I'm 40. Probably don't need that. She says Coco Jones is my girl. You know, and she's very cool. You see her doing stuff like Wild and Out and stuff, and yeah, I like Coco Jones. I really do. I like her
Mhm.
music part. I love her acting. I think she's a better actress than she is even musician. So yeah, I do enjoy that too. So
I
yeah,
mean,
it
heard too much
is.
for music.
She's pretty good. She's pretty good.
Mhm.
Because it's hard to watch. It is. And especially if you care about the characters, you see them making the same mistakes and you're like, no, don't do it. You see the train coming. And it's like watching the train hit the car and crush it. And the car doesn't see it coming every single time. Man, I'm not sure if I'm ready to see it, but guess what? Regardless, it's here. It dropped tonight. So we're going to end up watching it. We will review the first 3 episodes next week, and we'll keep you guys aware of what's happening every week with a quick little synopsis and kind of run through all the stuff. Um, so you know, I'm loving the characters still. I'm with them. I'm glad they pushed it for season 3, and man, Bel Air, guys. Next week we'll do a whole show about it. Well, at least a whole segment about it. But if you're
Mhm.
watching this later, let us know what you think. Do you like Bel Air? Did you see the end of season 2? You know, like she says. Are you going to be watching season 3 with us? Let us know what you're thinking. What do you think about all the characters? Do you want Carlton to get something good in his life? Does Will and Lisa make it? Well, I guess we'll see all those things. Let us know what you think. Um, Join us with a live show. Our live shows are Mondays and Thursdays. We go 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. usually. We're gonna talk about all these things. We're gonna talk about all the fun TV shows that are coming out, all the fun movies that are coming out. So if you guys could join us, please do. And if you guys are watching us live, we're gonna keep on going with a couple more topics. If you guys are watching us later, thanks for watching the video, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks. Yeah, Coco Jones is cold. Yeah, she has some good
She
ones.
is a
So she's a talented singer. Said, can't wait to hear y'all thoughts on Alien Romulus. I'm actually going tomorrow to go see it. And I've heard not just good things, excellent things about it. And I don't like scary movies. You know me. I'm like the last person to go see a scary movie. But they're saying it has that old school Alien vibe. And if that's the truth, then I'll be okay with it. But remember, I like weird. Scary, I don't necessarily care for, but I like weird.
Yeah, I love the original Alien. So, and I like the director behind this one.
Come on,
And
you're seeing Alien Romulus? I know, man. I know. If I come back and I'm still shaking, that means I saw the movie and it was too scary for me. Oh man, T, I agree with this. I absolutely hate that Jazz is shorter than Hillary and she still gives him time of the day. Coco Jones is who she is, and she is a taller woman anyway. Brandman loves about getting taller women. I have no problem with a taller woman, but she's taller than me. That means she is really tall, and hey, I'm good with it. You know, we all the same. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. We're all the same height when I'm laying down. But especially for me, is that I'm 6'5", so she's 6'8". That means she's probably in WNBA, probably dunking on people.
yeah, just Amazonian.
Hey, I'm okay with it. So T
Same
saw it
here.
tonight. Oh, T, I can't wait to talk to you about it. Then I'm going to go see it tomorrow night at 6:15. So yeah, I'm telling you, if I'm looking at this like this, I'm gonna be very disappointed. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm trying to fit it in my schedule. Aliens, I can't watch any day of the week. I feel you. Say, hey, when you're short, climbing is a necessary skill.
Ask me how I know.
Oh my goodness. I'm okay with it. So yeah. That's a tall glass of cocoa. Exactly. Exactly. I like where your brain is. I like where your mind is, guys. That's awesome. Oh, I had a whole list of things that we're gonna watch, and we didn't watch half of these things. You want to watch one more?
Sure.
Yeah, we got a couple of minutes. I wanted to see. I don't think we saw Tron. Tron Ares thing. But that's just an announcement, right? Because I don't think that we had a teaser trailer yet.
No, there's no trailer. I know they announced who's composing the music. I think that's which I am very good with.
I mean, I just think Tron is one of those things that the concept is so cool.
Same. I really liked Tron Legacy. Thought it was really underrated.
All right, let's see. This one will not have to be a segment. I just want to watch it with everybody just because, it's 24 seconds. Well, you know what? Why not? 24 seconds. Let's make it a quickie. Do a quick transition here, and we'll talk about this real quick.
For sure.
And welcome back. We're the Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Brand Man Brandon. And, D23's had a lot of things come, just coming out that we did not see coming. And we got the Toy Story 5. Official little small teaser. I know it was only 24 seconds, but I just kind of wanted to watch it with everybody and see, what we can see from it, So if you're game, I'm game. Let's check this out. And then I'll ask you how you feel about another Toy Story. All right, so they didn't show anything, but that's just a little announcement. What do you think about Toy Story 5?
It is what it is.
Okay. So that was all they gave us. So Toy Story 2 was good. Toy Story 3 made me almost like literally made me cry when they were holding hands. It was such an adult idea that we're going to die together. We're going to go into this furnace together. That was the most heartbreaking scene I've seen in all like Toy Story movies, right? Toy Story 4 wasn't as good. And now we got Toy Story 5. What do you think we're going to get out of it? Do you think that we're going to get like, does Bonnie get older? Does Bonnie give up her toys? Does Bonnie give her toys up to a baby, and that baby turns out to be Andy's son? Would that
We're
be
gonna get
circle of life?
We're gonna get a great big milking. That's what we're gonna get.
Well, they haven't told us much. I mean, that literally left nothing. They're not even words. They didn't spend money on words.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not too invested at this point. Because I really love the first three. Like Toy Story 1 through 3 were great. 4 didn't need to happen. I don't even remember too much about 4.
Was Bo Peep when Woody's like, hey, I got this girl. I'm going off with Bo Peep. Y'all go do what y'all gonna do. I'm gonna see the world with her. I don't even know how Woody's gonna get back with them. Like, he traveled the world in 80 days and he's coming back. I don't know.
I think that's one of my biggest questions, but yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care about Toy Story 5. I really don't. I've pretty much checked out at this point. The 4th one didn't need to happen. They just crapped that out sideways just for the sake of crapping it out sideways.
Okay.
I really don't give a shit. I don't.
I'm
sorry.
The story needs to finish somehow. So if they're gonna do 5 and they do it fine and they let it be done, then that'll be fine. You'll give closure to it, and we don't have to worry about anything else.
I think that was exactly my mindset back when the 3rd one came out. I thought the 3rd one gave me all the closure I needed. The 3rd one was enough. They could have just stopped there. It reminds me of, even though I like the last, you know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of the last two Scream movies. As much as I liked them, Scream and as weak as Scream 3 was overall, it did kind of give me a sense of finality. I like when movies, especially when it's a trilogy, just give you a sense of finality, and that's really all you need. Um, I think that's all we needed with 3. But
I think
you
this was
know, it all.
Mama Bear that said this comment.
Mhm.
She said Woody was Andy's father's, right?
Mhm.
So a really good ending to this whole thing would be after Andy gives away his toys, Bonnie then brings the toys back to his little boy. So now it goes to another generation.
That would be
with
cool.
Woody. So I think if that would that's what's happening, that would be very awesome. You know,
Yeah,
so
you bring
that would
things
be
full circle.
yeah, that would be worth it. And if you can get a good enough story, then and find a way to end there. You know where the beginning is, you know where the end is, and now the only thing you have to do is get the middle. You know, how do they get Woody back? How do they figure this all out? And they get back to this third generation. I think that would be wonderful.
Hmm.
So, I mean, that's not me. That's all Mama Bear. I'm just saying. I think it's a very good idea myself too. I think that would be the closure that I want to have for Toy Story 5. So, what is everyone else saying? So, that's it? Yeah, that's exactly what we said. That's all we got.
We got what, 2 years?
Yeah,
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
So wow, nothing. I mean, it's a masterpiece. It's brilliant. It's not a lot to go on. So I understand that. And they said, four had Sporky. Yeah, he did. That she made Sporky. Said Brandon giving new perspective to You Got a Friend in Me. See, I'm done. That's what Brandon says. Honestly, I really don't remember the past two. Three is something. I'm telling you, 3 is a very good movie. If they stopped at 3, I've been very happy. I don't
Yeah.
think 4 was worth it, but now that you made 4, you can go ahead at 5 to get these toys back to where it needs to be. That's all I want. So yes, I said it. Also knows that Andy had Jesse's hat. Fan theory is that Andy's mom was Jesse's original owner. So Andy's mom was Jesse's owner. Andy's dad was Woody's original owner. And then it was passed down. That's why he had held so hard on to Buzz. I mean to Buzz to Woody. That was the whole point because that was his dad's toy. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I could roll with that.
Those are our theories. Guys, what do you think about Toy Story 5? Do you think it should have ended 2 movies ago? Should we not be talking about this at all? Or is it a good idea and then we get closure into the storyline? Let us know what you guys think. Comment down below, like the video, and subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000. Trying to get that by the end of the year. And we only can do it with you guys. So thanks for watching this video. Go watch Toy Story 5 when it finally comes out. And by then, hopefully, we'll still be doing the same thing in 2 years. So thanks for watching the video, guys, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, everyone.
And that's all I got for today. That was hard enough. So, oh man, I really appreciate all you guys being in the comments. It was really, it makes everything so much easier when you got that participation. So appreciate you guys.
For sure.
So T says, I need to get some sleep. Have a great night, guys. And Mama Bear, great stream as always. T, thank you. We gotta get some sleep too. Me and Bree are tired. We were tired when we started, so we're gonna get out of here. Night to you, Mama Bear. Night, She. Good night, man. T, you're out. Profess, appreciate you. I know Derpy had jumped in here earlier. Cleves, I appreciate you too, man. Even though I really wanted to get to want to come to a couple of these comments, thoughts on Mufasa being the true villain of Pride Rock. That's not Pride Rock. Watch that. It's not Pride Rock.
Yeah, I don't even think.
It's not. So what they're gonna find out is Scar was the prince, right? But he was in that shadowy place where all the elephants and all that died, all that death happened there, and Mufasa is from royalty, and they found out it is Pride Rock, and he invites Scar along with him. They have a decent relationship to Simba's born. They can't undo it.
Yeah,
it might work. Horror Geek, thanks, man. Kevin, you're always appreciated, especially with all your numbers. I know Anzo was in here earlier too. We had Deuce Falco come in. I think we talk about Derpy and you with Drew. Oh, you guys were great. We had B in here and Tony earlier. Thank you guys all for coming in. And of course, 80s kid from the 90s starting us off right on time. So guys, thanks for watching the entire show with us. We're nothing without you. Gotta say good night, and we'll see you on Monday. Hopefully we'll be on time. So we'll see.
See you guys.
Thanks, guys.